Hello, 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 hello. How are you all doing? I hope you're well. I had a little hiccup with my microphone. Um, yeah, but it's sorted now. So yes, I'm going to do a review of this video. So today's Sunday. People have gone to church, and I want to show you just some of the things that people go through, people experience while they're at church. Girl, the foolishness already. Hey, Michaela. Hello. Can you guys hear me okay? If you would like to join me, reviewing this video, honestly, I don't mind. That's why I've decided to come on StreamYard to if anybody wants to join, let us have a look at the Jesus people. The Jesus people are at it again. This is a church. Oh, fantastic. This is a church, and African pastors are in competition with one another. They want to be the one to have the most out there miracle, the most out there um, um, thing happening in church so that people can get themselves ready. Hey, hello, Ed. The people can get themselves to the church so that they think their prayers will be answered when they go to these particular organizations. I call them organizations because that's what they are. They are the Jesus organization. So pastors want to prove to people that in my church we are the best. The things that happen in my church are no, you can't find them in any other church. Jesus answers prayers at my church. Can you imagine in my church, a demon tried to attack me, and by Jesus, the Jesus in me, cured. Listen, guys, I'll put the link. Anybody wants to come and, if you would like to join in on the conversation, let's have a look at these Jesus people, right? These these Jesus people are at it again. I saw this video. I thought, nah, I have to come and show you guys. Uh, these are these are what the people. So myself, I'm a deconverted. I'm an ex-Christian, a deconverted ex-Christian. So these are the things that I'm supposed to look at and think, ah, Jesus is great, you know? Jesus is awesome. Ah, I should go to that church. Hey, Michaela.
Girl, the cult is at it again.
Oh, listen. The Jesus people. That's it again. How,
Listen,
how are you, Michaela?
I am good. Listen, I'm like, do they ever take a rest on this mess?
Listen, I would rather,
To there
I would
anybody with common sense see this as foolishness.
Listen, I would rather on a Sunday be here on the YouTube, right, watching something, spending time with my family, than being in the church where all these things are happening. It's just
Right.
it's ridiculous.
It is
It's
ridiculous. I'm like
Listen,
a bunch of old ladies. I'm like damn near having a heart attack for the name of the Holy Spirit. I can't.
listen, I need you to do me a favor. While the video is playing, just have a look at how many people are in this church. Have a
All
look
right.
at you can see the depravity. You can see these are people that have gone to church eager for a miracle, eager for Jesus to do something for them. So, listen, I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get
Right.
into this video. And yeah, let's look at, oh, goodness gracious me, the Jesus people. Mm-mm. This is all that Jesus died for, He died that people, oh
Through
my
a 12-year
goodness.
old girl.
Hang on a second. Wait. I think 1 second. I don't think I shared the I don't think I shared, just 1 second. I made a little error. I didn't share the video. No, sorry, the audio. So you wouldn't have heard. Okay, you guys would not have heard the so I think, yeah, that should be good now. 1 second. Yeah, that should be better. Okay, so let me set the let me tell you what's happening here. So this is a church service. This man here is the pastor. This one here, this is the pastor, right? So he wants to prove to people that a demon, someone came to church, he's a demon. He's been sent to come and take him down, to come and attack him. But God, anyway, listen. So I was just setting the stage for you guys so you understand what's going on here. So this one here is the demon. This person you're going to watch in a minute is the demon come to attack the pastor.
So you attack what? When I took her. You went to TB Joshua, I attacked TB Joshua, he ran away. Okay, now. Later he gave us 10,000 naira that we should go. Okay, now, let me tell you. Yes. Let me tell you. Listen, so you are yet to attack me. You are yet to attack TB Joshua. You are yet to attack Bushiri. You are yet to attack Suleiman. Yes. Holy Ghost! Fire! Fire! Here you worry. Eh? Prophet Amos! Eh? Prophet Amos. You have a member yet? Yes. Prophet who? Temple TV is our member. Who? He's one who brought me here. Prophet who? Prophet Amos. Amos. Temple TV. In Warrior? Yes. Who is that prophet? He's an idol worshiper like me. Eh? Yes. Eh? He used to come to Habaguru. Habaguru, the idol that we worship. You speak in tongues, let me speak my own. Wait. Where that prophet is? Run about. I don't know that one. So what's I don't know the person. So what are you saying to you to do? Or what? Who is that person to you? Who are you today? Eh? Who are you today? Who are you? And who is that person to you? Who are you? Speak out! Prophet.
So already there's problems with this because just 1 second, guys.
Starting an online store is easier than you think. Let me show you how to quickly open one with Shopify. First, go.
Okay, so
Temple TV is our member.
So he basically is saying that he's been sent to come and attack the pastor, and he's been sent by another pastor. And there's a list of pastors he's been sent to attack. The list of conmen in the name of pastors. These are the ones that are ravishing Africa. The names of people he has called. These are the people that are ravishing people's minds with religion and Christianity and
brainwashing.
That's the word. That's the word. Brainwashing. So he's been sent. So here he is. He was about to attack this pastor in the church on a Sunday, but they got hold of him. So they need 4 men to hold down this demon. Okay, let's carry on.
They promised to pay me 3 million naira if I put you without Temple TV. Eh? TSC roundabout. TSC roundabout. You said what? Speak out! Holy Ghost! Fire! Fire! Holy Ghost! Everybody stand up on your feet. It's a battle.
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 Guys, have a look at these. See these people here. Look at. These are people that have gone for prayers. Look at them on the floor. They've been asked to come forward for prayers. So while these were coming forward, for prayers, he comes on the attack. I mean, these are the Jesus people. This is Jesus.
The Jesus called, honey.
Listen, darling. Jesus died. Jesus died for all this drama. Okay. What's it? I listen. I don't even know what to say. Let's carry on.
Holy Ghost! Fire! 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 Who? You said, Holy Ghost! Can I ask you a question? You want to ask me a question? Yes. Ask me. Who are you? Speak. Tell these people to leave me. Let us fight in a gentle way. A gentle way? Yes. I will show you that power pass power today. You want to show me? Let them leave me. Let us go. Okay. They will leave me. Yeah. Fire! Holy Ghost!
Hello, guys. Hello, Atheist Mo and Paul Kamish. Hello.
Hiya.
How are you guys doing? I hope you're well.
Yeah, very well, thank you.
That's good.
I just came in because I miss you so much because I got a full-time job now.
Oh wow! Yes, yay! Congratulations! Yeah. That's wonderful. That's
so you're getting me on one of my few days off.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, Atheist Mo. And Paul Kamish, hello.
Hiya.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm good. I've got 12 days off.
How many days?
12 days as from Friday, so I'm on my day off now. So another 11.
Oh, listen, you only just started your days off.
Yes.
Aren't you lucky?
Lord. I'm like girl, I'm like it never ceases to amaze me.
Nah.
It's 7:47 in the morning and I've been awake for a couple hours, so kind of charged up.
Okay.
Whereabouts you at, Atheist Mo?
What?
Whereabouts are you?
What parts of the US?
Yeah,
he's in the US.
Oh, Michigan, USA.
Right, right.
Yeah, I'm like, he must be on the East Coast because I am on the same time.
Okay. Okay.
It depends on where you're at. Florida is the same time as us, but if you're in Maine or Vermont, you're another time zone, like another hour. I think an hour ahead, and then Esther's probably 5 or 6 hours ahead.
Yes.
So it's afternoon.
Myself, I think Paul, what part of the world are you in?
I'm in the UK.
Okay, so myself and Paul are in the same time zone.
And then you have us, the Americans.
Ed in the chat is in Atlanta, and it's 7:48 a.m. Okay, right.
Oh yeah, Atlanta and me are on the same time zone. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Dean in chat is in South Africa, and I think South Africa and us would be about the same time.
Yeah.
But the beauty about live streaming, which I like live streaming because you can catch people at whatever time zone they are. And even if they can't join you, they can always join when they wake up from sleep or whenever they can. That's just the beauty about YouTube and the internet, and and why not take advantage and expose the effery going on in Christianity.
I'm like the effery and the foolishness and the clownery, because this is straight clownery. This is hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've not seen all of this because I was just, when you went live, I was on my phone, so I caught a little bit on my phone. But what I've seen so far, I'm going to say that the guy who is claiming to be a demon, or who's been blamed for being a demon, is clearly, it looks to me like what I've seen so far, is in on it, is a stooge, is to set up. I Am I there?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Paul, it's too early. It's too early yet in this video to give it away. It's too early.
It was only my thought. It's only my thought. I might be wrong.
You know it's a setup.
When I see this shit,
Paul, you are spot on the money. When I saw the video, I just saw it. I thought, oh gosh, he's been paid to do this.
Of course he is.
A little bit I've seen, like I say, I've not seen all of it. I was just watching little bits on my phone, and then you said if people want to jump in, you can jump in. And what I'd seen, I thought, it is a stooge. It's clearly a setup.
It's nothing like a televangelist in real time.
And guess what, guys? It turns out this man actually goes from church to church doing this. So this is not his first church where he has gone. And guess what? He's gone with his wife. You'll see his wife in a minute. He's gone to church. I mean, who goes to church going to attack a pastor, calling himself a demon, and goes with his wife? Who does that? I mean, listen, guys, let me carry on with the video. It's quite a long video, but I will make sure to not make it go on for too long, because it's just theatrics. No, theater. You know, like when you go to a theater and you watch people, it's just theater. And can you imagine when I used to go to church on a Sunday, we could spend about 6-7 hours in church on a Sunday. By the time you're done, you get home, your day is gone. And just have a look at what happens on a Sunday in a church. These people have gotten up, got themselves ready to go and see this. They will part with their money. They manage to mash up and mess up their brains because now they believe this crap. And, you know, your Sunday is gone. Your day is useless. So I'll carry on so we can let's carry. If you need me to stop, please just let me know. Here we go. So let's carry on. Let's watch the demon in progress.
Hey. Now, listen. Who are you to him? We are to destroy you before the next program. You will not carry that to your somewhere.
That's his wife.
You say what? This time you will not carry that to your somewhere. We will destroy you before that program. You will destroy me before who? Yes. Before that program. Before which prophet? Your next program you will carry your somewhere.
We will destroy you before your next program.
So now destroy me before my program. You will not carry that somewhere this time. Holy God!
So he's chanting whatever he's saying. He's chanting. He's whatever they're saying. He's crazy.
You are talking me. You Jeremiah. You are dancing with him at the mountain yesterday. I tried to pull him down. I will destroy both of you. It is time. Now listen. So you have members in different places. It's not that they heard me yesterday at the mountain. You say what? Yesterday at the mountain. Yes. I grab your two legs.
Guys,
I don't know that.
Oh, sorry. So, I've gone back, but I wanted to show you these people sitting down on the floor. I mean, I'm just.
Yes, I did not run
look
away.
Yeah, this is it here. Look at all these people. Have a look at these. These are people that are looking for a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, the church looks like it's absolutely packed out. And if they can stage something like this, and these people are going to believe, I'm not saying all of them will, but a fair majority, or even just a few of these people, believe that what they're seeing is real. What can you actually make people believe by doing things like this?
But that's the thing, when it comes down to it's brainwashing. It's indoctrination. They believe this Because they're brainwashed. I mean, no actual sane person believes that this is real.
No, but these people believe it, though. I don't know.
This is kind of off. This is kind of off topic, but is there any COVID strain in this country? And they're sitting here because there's probably no room everywhere else. There's probably could be a couple thousand people or something.
I think this was before the COVID hit.
Yeah, I was going to say we won't know what year this is, will we?
This was before the COVID hit, I think.
I wouldn't mind so much as when during that whole year of COVID, I wouldn't mind so much that they would get sick, but the problem is they go outside their church and spread it to the society outside their church to other people.
COVID or not, I mean, just the idea that people will pack themselves like this, and these are the same people coming to tell me that I'm going to hell for not believing.
And have been telling me I'm going to hell, and I was an abomination from the earliest of the ages.
Oh, there's screwy stuff.
So I'm going to hell for not believing this. Let's carry on.
Yesterday, you went and get strength for today. I did not run away. I also went and got my strength. I saw the person attack me, but I just lifted my leg and I let the person. Not knowing that it was this man. Where's that bottle? But when you get the
guys, watch the next part. You need to see this. So he brought a bottle to church.
This is our symbol. You say what?
This is their symbol.
Prophet Amos has his own cross. This cross is
guys.
Temple TV has his own cross.
So
Temple TV. Yes.
Inside the bottle, there's a cross inside the bottle. There's a cross inside the bottle. And this cross inside the bottle, because now they're going to ask, how did you get the cross inside? It's like magic. Oh God, you got a cross inside a bottle. And this is their sign. This is their what they use to attack Christianity. So the cross is in the bottle, and the plan is to destroy the men of God, the one who are preaching Christ. So, oh my goodness, I don't know where to even begin.
This is, it's too much.
It is. Let's carry on.
Man. So that cross, what does it mean? Holy Ghost! Fire! Fire!
I've never
felt
so close to the possibility of destruction. The Nephilim, the giants. You can't make.
Okay, sorry about this. I don't have the free version of.
So that cross, what's the meaning of that cross?
Okay.
What's the meaning of that
cross? That's a cross in the bottle.
Eh? This is our symbol. It's a symbol that you people use. Go to Temple TV, you will see it. If I go to Temple TV, members have it. Oh, Temple TV. Yes. Where is that Temple TV? Where is that Temple TV? After the police station, you just reach the roundabout. Is it a pastor or prophet?
Gosh.
Yes. Is it? Somebody insulting me? Yeah, every day he's insulting you. Insulting me? But I never know that person now. To criticize you every time. Criticizing you every time. Every time criticizing me. Yes. I go to the church. They begin to criticize you. I attack them. I say, why are you talking like this? They carry their security. They carry me, they throw me outside. They carry you outside? Yeah, they throw me outside. But I don't know that person. Those small pastors in town are attacking me.
Small pastors are attacking him. They sent him. Those pastors sent this other dude.
Tell me.
Okay, tell us what's the cross.
This is our symbol. The symbol? Yes. Of what? Jeremiah, tell you are meant to lead me so that we fight like a man. You want to fight me like a man?
To fight like a man.
I will not touch you with my bare hands. But today I will deliver you here now.
You will deliver me here?
Yes.
Somebody say, fire! Fire! Holy Ghost!
Holy
Ghost!
After I finish with you today.
After you well?
After I finish with you.
You go to where?
I will go back to TB Joshua again.
You go to TB Joshua. Holy Ghost!
So every time the pastor says Holy Ghost fire, this person, oh, atheist man, what's happened?
Let me tell you, whether you call yourself Temple TV, I don't know you. I don't care to know you. I don't care who you are. I don't care. You are too smart.
Hello.
Oh,
yes. Hello.
You are too smart.
Yes, Papa.
I don't care to know you.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't care to know you. I never know you, but I don't care to know you.
Why are you to deliver people?
Hey, you, come.
Why are you to deliver people?
Now, hey, you. You said after you attack me, you go to TB Joshua?
No, here.
Eh?
Let them leave me. Let us try.
Don't worry. They will leave you. We will make it. We will make it. They will leave you, me and you.
When I finish with you today.
So now, eh?
When I finish with you today, next Sunday, it will be TB Joshua. Upper Sunday, it will be Shepherd Bushiri. After Shepherd Bushiri, I will not come back and meet Suleiman.
Holy Ghost!
Fire!
Temple TV. Temple TV, Holy Ghost!
Fire!
So you are a member. You are a member of Temple TV.
You, little Jeremiah.
Eh?
You.
Answer him.
You are too small for me to handle. I will deliver you here. I will deliver your master. I will deliver you from where you come from. You are so small. You. I will deliver you today. You.
Hey! Go back.
This is...
Leave the battle for me.
Oh, God. Guys, so the man's, his son, this one is his son. The son comes around saying, "Oh, I can handle you. I can sort you. I can." And the father says, "No. Just go back. I will leave the battle for me." I mean, grown people have gone. They've woken up.
Grown people have lost their mind. Lost their mind. This is brainwashing.
It is. I mean, Cynthia said it in the chat. She said they've been indoctrinated and all this is priming. Yeah, exactly. Oh, what's on his forehead? I don't know what's on his forehead. I don't know what's on his forehead. I honestly don't know.
That's part of the act. It's like, you know how this stuff reminds me of, you know, that extreme metal, like brutal death metal, like you know, that kind of shit. And but this is, you know how Christians are against heavy metal. This shit's a lot worse.
Right.
Heavy metal rock concert, kind of brutal death metal rock concert. It's worse than that. And the worst thing about it is it's mind control.
Mind control.
It's like thousands of people are like drone robots eating this shit up.
And you know what kills me? These are the same people that think there is an LGBTQ agenda. No, this is the real agenda right here to brainwash folk. This, to lose all types of common sense, to not have any critical thinking skills. That is the real agenda right there. This don't even make sense.
It doesn't.
Okay. When you've got that many people in one place as well.
Sorry, Paul.
I was just going to say, when you've got that many people in one place and they're all watching the same thing and they all have some sort of belief in the same thing, just reinforces it tenfold.
Yes. Most of the people in the front are actors, right? Most of these are actors. Most of these are plants. They've been put there to so the people, all this, the targets are the people, the ones who have no clue, or the ones watching who believe in all this stuff, right? The majority of them in the front are all in on this. They're all maybe paid to, but you know something which is very it's just, and I'm gonna there's a question in the chat. Question is, how can we try to work on awakening people that have been brainwashed to this extent? Most of our African people, this is the only crap that they know of. How can you
African Americans too. Africans are around the diaspora. This is literally all we know, right? Our whole fucking people have been indoctrinated with this mess. It's very hard to wake up from it, and I'm glad I did it in my early 20s.
Yeah, I mean, some people will see the sense and move away from things like this, but one of the ways to battle it is to do what the African Humanist is doing, is to put videos out like this and to highlight what's actually going on. Because even people that generally believe this sort of thing, if they see this, they're sat on their own, they're watching this might highlight the stupidity of it. Yes. But when you've, like going back to what I said earlier, if you've got a group of people like you have there, they're all bolstering each other. So they're all reinforcing their own beliefs onto each other. So it's going to be this being sat there is more reinforcing for them than it would be if they're sat watching this video or and seeing somebody critique it. They may say the stupidity of it, and that's it. That's the only thing you can do is basically just show it for what it is.
But Paul, the question now is, some Christians will come and tell you this is not Christianity. So they have their own version of Christianity. There's over,
and that's 40... the problem right there. They have their own version of it, so they just create another version. Oh, this is not Christianity. I'm sorry. Are they not in the church? Are they not trying to do mess like that? Is Christianity, right? What they try to do is they try to gaslight and try to scapegoat. When you bring up the actual things that are in the Bible, right? But that's the Old Testament. Meanwhile, anytime they try to use things to justify bigotry, it comes out of the Old Testament. So I don't take these people seriously.
Yeah, I mean, every denomination of Christianity, they all think they've got the truth, and they think that everybody else is wrong, including other Christians. It's their denomination that is the right one. It's one of the things that annoys me when you're talking to a Christian and they'll just say, Christianity is the largest religion in the world. But then you'll talk to them and they won't class Catholics as Christians. No, well, Catholics aren't Christians. Well, excuse me, they're in the bunch. They're part of your numbers. If you move them out, then you're no longer one of the largest religions in the world. You've got to have them all in together. They'll say the church down the street, well, they're not real Christians. They're not proper Christians. We are. But then they'll argue Christianity is one of the largest religions in the world. No, it isn't. Because when you take all the individual ones of it out, they're all under the same sort of umbrella, so to speak, as in they believe in Jesus and that. But they all have their own individual religions. They're all slightly different. Even they can't, between themselves, even they don't know who is right. It's just ridiculous.
But then they
play acting for money.
Sorry, say that again, Atheist Mo.
I'm sorry that I'm jumping in. It's just that it seems like I gotta jump in order to speak. So sorry, I want to say that no matter how many tens of thousands of denominations there are, they're play acting for money. A family might only have $5 to buy soup for their family, but instead of that, they're drone robot zombies that are going to give their $5. And this dumb fuck play acting.
Yeah, you're right. As in each individual church and religious organizations, yes, they're in it for the money. Unfortunately, it's the normal people that get dragged along with it that are putting their money into this religion because they're supporting it. So yeah, the churches, they're all in it for money. They aren't doing it for the love of it. They are purely doing it for the money. 100%. Every religion is.
Absolutely.
From the top.
So you give up your $5 to feed your family while the pastor pulls in with his $5,000 suit and his Mercedes Benz.
Right. I'm like, and that's very much what it comes down to. Be like, oh, Christians are charitable. Christians do that. No, Christians listen. I'm so the idea.
What is your charity when you go and do charity and you've got to preach your message while doing charity? You've got to tell the people, oh, God loves you. Oh, he loves you, but he will kill you and he will send you to a burning hell if you don't believe in him. But he loves you.
That ain't love. That's love with condition.
That's not love.
Yeah.
That's not love. That ain't love because love is unconditional. Right? Yeah, and this is the people they call their heavenly father.
Here in the let's States, say this God, for instance, is true. Let's say that this God and Jesus is true. It doesn't matter how you live your life. The biggest sin I can do is not to believe in Jesus. So I can be the nicest person, I can be charitable, do no harm to anybody whatsoever. My biggest sin is the fact that I don't believe, I don't hold a belief in this Jesus. Well, to me, that's the failure of Jesus and God. Then He's failed, not me.
And let's also bring to knowledge, right? Them telling us that like that if we don't pray, we don't believe that we're gonna burn a damnation and spend the rest of eternity with them. I'm sorry, but that is not the selling point that y'all think it is. I don't want to spend eternity with you.
No. And that's why I'm working on something. I want to come and show you the Christians I found on the internet. Some Christians that are going to go to heaven. These are the heaven candidates. I've got three of them at the moment that I'm, just looking at this, been watching, gotten into. Some of you might know them, Shani for Christ and Jason, Revelation News. And there's another guy called G-Man. These are Christians on the internet that are out there claiming that they're going to heaven. I need you to see what Jesus candidates look like, and heaven candidates, so you can make your mind up whether you want to spend eternity with these lot. These are people that are claiming that they're going to heaven, and atheists are not going to heaven. But then you look at them; they're just you can't even imagine how I don't get it. I really don't. And the whole idea of doing these videos is for people, the average Christian, to ask themselves, why do I believe that my version of Christianity is right? Why is mine right over the other 40-something thousand that are there?
It's not. It's all foolishness.
It isn't. Let's carry on with this video. It's quite a lot, but I will fast forward in some places because it's
just a quick one though. Just going on for what you were saying earlier with these other Christians that you've come across on YouTube that are supposedly going to heaven. Have you come across a guy called Smoky Saint?
Now, in while I've been looking at these other people, G-Man and the name Smoky Saints has come up, but I haven't gone through any of his videos. But that name has come up. Smoky Saints, Vekel. There's some names that I've recently come across, which hopefully I will get into them. But I don't think it's good, is it?
Oh no.
Oh,
the stuff that he spews out. I'll have to see if I can find you some clips from his channel where he absolutely just starts spilling hatred out to people. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
I'll see if I can find some clips. I don't know if I've got you on Twitter or anywhere like that.
I can send you the in the private chat while we carry on. Smokey. Oh, Dean confirms what you're saying. Dean says Smokey is repugnant. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Oh my goodness.
For me. They are too small. Too small. I don't know where these people come from. Now, hey you. Yeah, what do you say? What do you say? You. Who is this letter to you?
It's my husband.
My husband.
It's my husband.
Huh?
It's my husband.
It's your husband?
Yes.
Ask her what I used to do. What has it done to you?
Let me show you.
What has it done to you?
Let me show you how right.
Your leg, a leg.
Show how I bite you.
What has it done to your leg?
Show.
He wounded you and wanted to. He said, I wanted to just cut a leg before.
Oh my
for rituals.
God. Oh no, guys, no.
He wanted to cut his wife's leg for rituals. Today,
I'm wondering if that's that on the leg there. I'm not convinced that that's actually there because of the ring that's around it.
You mean this here?
Yeah, you can get them fake things, and it just doesn't look right. I mean, it could be an old wound or whatever, but just the way it looks, you can get the like for Halloween and stuff like that. You can buy
like make believe plasticine or what they call it, that thing. Yeah, but oh my goodness! Wait, what? My mind, I'm thinking, if my husband bites me like this because he wants to use my body parts for some ritualistic thing, let me tell you, I never want to see him. I never want to share the same space as him, breathe the same air as him. I don't care what, because if he can do this to you, bite you, of course he could do other things. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And they show people, and when they show you, they want people to go, oh no, wow, all this is all designed just to fool people and to, oh my goodness. Let's carry on. It's still a lot, but I will just jump through the video. I'm not going to go through this. This is dumbing my brain, honestly.
He's having
idols.
Who is he?
It's my husband.
Who is he? Is he a businessman or is he a worker or what?
It's an idol man.
Idol man. See? Did you see that guy? That one has been fooled.
Let me call my member. I did not come here alone. Let me call my.
See? Did you see the looks of the people? Those have been fooled. The plan has worked because the wife has come. She's shown them her legs. They've done it. They managed to fool some people, and now he's saying he didn't come alone. He's got another person he's come with. My goodness.
Remember, because you are with Junior Jeremiah.
Yes.
Let us show them wonder.
Holy God! Fire! So, hey. I come to this one. I said, they said that is a man that who is that person again? Say it again.
Prophet Ediokeke of North. He is my spiritual master. He worship God and also worship idol. That is what I do.
So who are you? You worship what?
I am Prophet Boniface.
You are a prophet.
Prophet.
You worship idol?
Yes.
And you said that you worship it?
Yes.
God.
Yes.
You are a liar. So who is this person on your forehead? He's your master.
My spiritual father.
So some people know him.
This is from where I know Prophet Amos. We used to gather here.
Oh, it was someone was asking what's that thing on his head. So he's just told us what it is. That thing on his head is that's the face of his master. It was Atheismo who was asking. So what you're seeing is the picture of the face of his master. So that's what that is. Crazy.
When he was alive. Today he's not alive. We are still worshiping him. Because he appears in our dream.
You hear that?
Sorry, guys. Let
Here we
me
have
go
the
back
large
and remove this
structure, and
ad.
the witnesses, they can't believe their eyes. It's absolutely
ads.
Who is that? Who is that prophet Amos? I don't know that person.
They're even translating in French for the French people to come and watch this nonsense.
By the left, yes. One picture here.
I think I'm going to let me fast forward some of this because
they are too small. I don't know them.
Let me fast forward some of this because I can't.
Yeah.
Now this is the other party.
You are what?
This is the other person.
You are what? Killed. So today. So what do you want to do here before? What do you want to do here? Speak out.
Attack and destroy you.
Can it destroy the body of Christ? You never done this one.
But they were holding me. Shenanigans is here. His father worship idol. Can she come out?
Sorry?
No. She will hide herself.
You say what?
Shenanigans
Uh-huh.
is here. Can she come out?
Who is that person?
Shenanigans. The father worship idol. This idol, Habago. Amos used to come there, everyone here, and kill cow. Temple TV.
So you people are now. So you wanted to attack my forthcoming program?
Yes.
You have failed. Holy Ghost fire!
Can you stop shouting, dude? My goodness.
Temple TV is too small.
Oh, my goodness, guys, this is
any virgin care power we
okay.
That's why you love women. When you enter his church, we see that most his members or her members are women. Look, they love women. And Prophet Amos.
Holy Ghost! What is the meaning? What is the meaning? Igbo person can come and interpret. Can Igbo person? What is he saying?
It's spiritual, we can't understand it. It's incantation. So
speaking?
Yes, incantation.
Incantation.
Yes, incantation is simple. He say, let all the idols come. Let all the marine spirits come. Oh.
Is that what he's saying?
Yes.
That evil man, he's invoking the spirit of that evil man to come and fight.
Oh, come and fight, eh? Let me finish.
Idol of my town. There is a woman here. Her name is Shenanigans is here.
So
let her come out. The father worship the idol also. Shenanigans.
Where is she? Come outside.
Alors,
where are you?
Le cœur d'une autre femme qui adore les idoles avec lui.
That woman. Hey, look here.
Et cette femme est interpellée à sortir de la congrégation. Voilà, cher orateur, ce démon a mentionné cet homme de Dieu particulier qu'il travaille avec, et que cet homme de Dieu aime les femmes, qu'il est particulièrement les vierges, et c'est ce qui fait la force de son ministère, que sa mission en Mercy City, c'est de détruire le prophète Jérémie au prophète, et qu'il essaie de rassembler ses puissances.
Let me what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it to the where his deliverance starts, because I can't deal with this. I just can't. I can't deal with the points where they start to deliver him. Oh yeah, okay, this is where
it's too much.
Look at this. Just pointless. So if you can see in the back.
In the name of Jesus!
Right.
Go! Go! Okay. Go! Go! In the mighty name of Jesus Christ.
It's so manipulative.
Limit this body. In the name of Jesus. He is in me. He is above all other powers. He is in me. Once I mention his name, Jesus, all other power in heaven, on earth, under the earth, they will go. All the attacks, no demon can enter anywhere. They cannot enter anybody. I cover everybody who are watching me, who are here. I cover them with the blood of Jesus. And I seize your powers now.
Jesus' power is not that powerful. Oh my, what is he bringing out of his pocket now? What is this now? What's on earth now? The demons, they're so powerful. They need a phone. Huh? They need a phone to do. I mean, what on earth?
So powerful, right, Miss Esther?
They're so powerful. They need a Samsung. Why can't they do what they need? Why can't they do what they need to do without the use of phones, without the use of the internet, microphone? Just do what you need to do. If you come to attack, if you come to, and did you guys notice that the pastor prays in Jesus, 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 and nothing happened? Nothing. The name of Jesus didn't. Nothing happened. But obviously, the plan is they to prolong the shenanigans for as long as they possibly can. Let me see if I can take this forward a bit, because I don't know what on earth is showing on his. Sorry guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Miss Esther, it's the amount of foolishness.
It's obvious that the people at the top in that church, they all know that this is fake. They're all in on it.
Yes.
To me, it's more proof that the people at the top are actually non-believers and they're just in it for the money.
Right.
Hello. Right. And let's also be clear that it's also straight manipulation to do something like this.
So, yes. Michaela, when you say manipulation, who's being manipulated and who's the manipulator?
The people in the church, right? The idea that they actually believe that there is a demon in the church and they're exercising it.
Mm.
Not only is it brainwashing, but it's plain manipulation, because there are actual people out here who really believe this is real. And that's what's scary to me.
It is.
Right? I'm like, and as African descent, African people, I'm like, we're clinging onto these belief systems that aren't ours. Why? I don't understand for the life of me why we're clinging on to beliefs that aren't ours.
Paul, you were saying something. I heard you saying something.
I forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, people will act on these beliefs. People will believe what they're seeing is true. They'll read passages from the Bible and they will actually start acting on these beliefs. We all know, without having to go through them all the horrible things that are written in the Bible. Don't suffer unruly children, for instance. Take them to the edge of the village and stone them, and that sort of thing. If people are going to start reading these sort of passages out of the Bible, and they're believing that these are true, and they're watching things like this, and they're believing that demons are true. This is only to get people accusing the children of being witches and things like that, abandoning the children and stuff. It's this sort of belief that leads to that.
Yes.
This is why it needs speaking out about.
What you're saying is, when you can't explain a phenomenon, you can't explain an experience, so your body starts to, I'm just saying, example, you wake up one morning, you're not feeling too good and you cannot explain what's wrong with you. Then you think to yourself, oh, that little girl came in my room in the middle of the night. And so automatically you start to think, oh, maybe she's a witch. Maybe she's a demon. Maybe
instead of going to a doctor and just discovering that you have the flu.
Exactly. They try to explain the things that they cannot understand. They try to, make it as though there are forces out there. There's, these things have a very natural explanation. We just need to find what that explanation is. Not going outside and beyond what we can't see. How can you prove these witches and demons? And Even when I was a Christian, I didn't believe in demons. Even when I was a Christian, I did not believe that, all these shenanigans we're watching today just wasn't something I believed in as a Christian. But then there are many, many, many people who are Christians and they believe this stuff.
Yeah, and that's what's dangerous. That is exactly what is dangerous about religions. All religions are equally as dangerous. The further you go into it, believing a religion, the more dangerous it is, because you believe in these stories that are in the Bible or in other religious books, which tell you the way you should treat people, what you should do, what punishment you should give these people. It's just never ending.
It never ends. Never ends.
It just never ends. No,
never.
Because each generation passes it on to the next generation and the next generation. It just, I don't know how we'll ever get to the end of it.
Let's carry on. Hopefully. So this is his friend. He's been brought down. The friend has been brought down. Superman. Superman in action.
It's too. I cannot.
I know. It looks like the pastor has managed to. He has done his work. He has brought out the demon in them. Just 1 second. Let me take this up this way so you can hear the testimony afterwards. Oh, okay. This is the pastor praying now, I think. Pastor's praying and doing. Oh, the demon's been brought down. The demon has been brought down by the pastor. Look at him. Wow. What's that? What's he doing now? I think that's just water. I think he's been delivered now. The demons come out of him now. Oh, sorry, guys.
Does your resume look like this? This is not a
no, it doesn't. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Come on, what's up with my my internet is acting up.
A lot of attention.
Somebody shout! Power! It's okay.
Now, this is the interesting part. He's delivered now. Now he wants water.
I want to drink water. Give him the water of full of Bethesda or water of life. Give him the water full of Bethesda or water of life for him to drink.
Il veut boire de l'eau et l'homme de Dieu lui donne cette eau de la vie, cette eau white. Ensuite, des purifications divines pour ce que le Seigneur a fait dans sa vie.
The fearless prophet. Jesus, that is my food. It's my food. Deliverance grandmaster.
Deliverance grandmaster.
Look at the wife crying. Look at the wife crying. Look at her crying. Look at her face.
The wife is crying. She's crying after she's been beaten. You better go and seek medical attention, woman. If truly he beat you, you better go and get rid of him.
Oh yes.
Alors la délivrance c'est ma nourriture.
Deliverance grandmaster. In my mother's womb, I was inside the mother's womb for 10 good months. This 10 months,
Alors, dans les
not 9 months,
qui étaient pendant 10 mois,
I came out with deliverance.
je suis sorti.
Oh, did you guys hear that? This pastor said.
Let them get that together.
The pastor said he was in his mother's womb for 10 months. And when he came out of his mother's womb, he came out with deliverance. The ridiculous claims of these people. He came out of his mother's womb with deliverance, guys. Well, the video is nearly over.
But don't they say that that babies are evil?
What's that? Sorry, 1 second. Let me turn because I could hardly hear you, Michaela. What did you say?
I'm like, but these are the same people who say that babies are innately evil. Are born evil because of Adam and Eve. So that doesn't make sense.
Oh,
so they contradict themselves once again.
Absolutely. You just see what you just said is a very important thing, because if on the one hand you're saying children are born evil, they're born with sin, and then he's claiming he was born with deliverance. Those two cannot. How can you, Michaela? That was a good one. I don't understand this. It's just, oh man.
I am going to deliver them.
You will deliver them.
If you are a pastor or you are an apostle or you are a prophet, you don't know yourself. I will teach you a lesson. I will teach you a lesson.
Oh, by the way, apparently he's just bought a private jet as well. This one, this man talking.
What did you say? He's just bought what?
A private jet.
Another one. Well, never.
No, just he's just bought. Well,
no, I met another preacher's bought one. I mean, we see it all the time, don't they? I mean, there's one of them that owns about 6 or 7 private jets. It's madness, absolutely madness.
They've got. Oh God! Please don't talk about that man. Have you seen that video where he looks like a real demon? These people don't know what a demon looks like. They should go and see Kenneth Copeland. They will see what. He just looks, his face and everything when he was asked those questions, he just looks a demon personified. If anybody looks like a demon, it was Kenneth Copeland. These people don't know what a demon looks like.
Did you see the one when he was saying the wind of God? And he was going, I blow the wind of God, trying to blow away the coronavirus. I mean, you've got people in the audience, and you're going, the wind of God. You've got to give everybody it.
I blow.
Ain't it foolish?
I blow the COVID vaccine. After blowing the COVID vaccine, Kenneth Copeland will go find his doctor and get the flu jab. No, sorry, the COVID vaccine. Ridiculous bunch. The video, this is going to come to an end very soon, and then we can chat about this. My goodness.
TV, they call your name. I don't know which name you was calling before.
So now the man is delivered. Everything's back to good now. Pastor has become Superman.
Too small.
Pastor is Superman.
Be careful.
More like a super fool.
Super moron. What's he saying?
But he's actually not the fool, isn't it? Is he though? Really, when you think about it,
he's not
the one
the fool.
That's now got a private jet. He's the one that's getting all the money. Unfortunately, the foolish people are the ones that are in the audience. They're the foolish ones that are giving this guy all their money.
But I hate to admit it, but I don't think it's necessarily their fault, because let's be clear, a lot of people are born into this religion. It's taught by their parents, so they don't even get a chance. They're brainwashed at an early age. I know I was, and Miss Esther, you could say, I'm like, in Black families, you don't even have a choice but to believe.
So
now, I mean, maybe my point is he clearly knows that this is all a scam. He doesn't believe what he's preaching at all. I hate to say it. He's probably
no way you could.
I've got a question for both of you, Michaela and Paul. So when all this is all said and done, right? When they've done with the theatrics in the church, do you think they're going to pass around a collection plate?
Yeah, I would say so.
That's the whole idea. All of this is a build-up to
their offering. They're going to ask for 10% of your earnings. They are.
The whole of this is a build-up to people saying, they're going to say to the people, you sat here and watched God perform wonders. A demon walked into church to attack pastor. You were here to witness it. Now give something. I've heard pastors say, give something to God that will move God. That's it. Give to God something that will move God to act on your behalf. Or they might say, pray until something happens. The word push. They might say, today we come to church and do push. Push means pray until something happens. You're supposed to pray fervently, give fervently until God now decides, you know what? Them lot down there, they're praying so hard. Let me go down there and go and do something. I mean, let's carry on so that we can, when this is done, that we can finally just wrap it up. It's just crazy.
So you are fighting people in that your church, or insulting people in that your church, men of God or women of God. The Bible did not teach me, never a day, that we should fight one another. A man of God never have a time to fight a man of God. He's not a man of God. He's a pastor or he's a prophet. Prophet is a title.
He's talking too much for my liking.
All of them. So they are in his house.
Yeah, he just told them that all the idols, all the demon worship things are in his house. So they're going to go to his house and go and bring the things to church.
Amen.
Wow.
Thank God. Thank God. You have a person like me.
Thank God you have somebody like me. I am dangerous.
Jesus said, I am the man of war and I'm a man of peace.
Oh, yes.
Leave me in peace. If you attack me, you enter into danger.
That doesn't even go together. A man of war and peace.
And a man of peace. See, he's asking him, so what happened to you? What happened to you? He says, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Look at him, Bele. Look at his tummy.
Alors on dit qu'il ne sait pas ce qui s'est passé.
Well, before we were going to accept Christ, we were going to send.
Look at the faces of the demons.
Before you will accept Christ, and we're going to now call
okay, so we're going to lead him to Christ, but we're not going to lead him to Christ just now. We're going to go home, go and get all his demon things before we lead him to Christ. Really?
What was inside here before? You were doing something here.
I taped some things inside the bowl.
Some what?
Beams. Some videos.
Some videos. To do what? What are they doing? Somebody say fire.
Some videos in your phone.
I believe
sorry,
that they have renewed contact with human beings at this time because of the times that are coming.
I think what I should be doing now is downloading these videos. I'll download the videos beforehand so that we don't have these ads.
In Jesus' name.
Alors, donc Dieu a dit, avant qu'il n'accepte le Seigneur, il va amener tous ses idoles pour qu'on puisse les brûler et prier pour lui, afin qu'il puisse servir le Seigneur pour le restant de sa vie. Bon, donc Dieu prier pour sa femme.
What have I done to you? What have I done? No wonder the Bible says devil always attack stars.
The Bible says the devil always attacks stars. Wait, hang on. I'm not 100% Bible scholar. Well, I know some parts of the Bible, but have you guys ever heard of a part of where the Bible says the devil always attacks stars?
No.
Important people.
No.
When it says stars, it means, important people.
Yes, that's what I got out of it. Yeah.
I learned that when I was a Christian and growing up in the church, that the devil doesn't discriminate.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, but what he's trying to do is putting himself on a pedestal, isn't he? He's telling his audience that the devil only attacks stars. So in other words, you've just witnessed, I've just been attacked by a demon, a devil demon or whatever it is. Therefore, I must be an important man in the eyes of God, or the devil wouldn't have attacked me. He's putting himself on a pedestal.
He is on a pedestal. Come on, he just bought a private jet, so he's one of them. So he's.
Oh yeah, it's working.
He is. Let's carry on. It's nearly done, and I think I'm going to end the video now because I'm done with this.
Allow me to confess.
Allow me to confess. Okay.
You want to what?
He wants to confess.
You want to confess? We cannot confess that confession not today. After when you bring your idols, then you begin to confess. Because we will not waste because of time.
Because of time? You finish wasting everybody's time.
So let us stop today. Confession will come up when you bring the idols. Not be so?
So.
God bless you. Now, your confession after you bring in the idols. Huh?
When you bring my idols.
Yes, we bring the idols.
There is a charm in his custody.
I have delivered him.
He has the charm at his place. I made it.
They will go all everywhere. Where?
Akwa Ibom.
We'll go move around. I will sponsor it. I will move around. Okay? No problem. Who is that person? Huh?
My husband.
What is your husband? You are pregnant.
Yes, sir.
You know him. All this, what's happening? What's happening? Huh?
Don't know.
You don't know. So now you can see what's happening now. He is delivered. You also deliver in Jesus' name.
Oh my God, the pregnant woman. Oh, guys.
I cover that with the blood of Jesus. God bless you. Jesus.
Alors, devant le nom de Dieu, priez pour toute la famille, pour une restauration totale. Et nous donnons gloire à Dieu.
Thank you, Jesus.
Nous donnons gloire à Dieu pour cette
Thank you,
délivrance.
Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
God bless you. I cover you with the blood of Jesus.
Guys, that's it.
Then we'll go and bring the idol.
That's it. He's been delivered, and yeah, thank you, Jesus. Jesus has done it again. Jesus has done it again.
Yeah, and like I suspected, it was a complete fraud. It was all staged. It was there to get a reaction from the crowd. It's funny, isn't it? When a demon comes into church, they manage to stop the demon, preach to the demon, do an exorcist on him and get the demon out. All in the space of a time of what would be there in church. I mean, you would think that something like that might take 8 or 9 hours, but you've got a 2-hour sermon and you managed to be able to fit it all into the 2-hour sermon. It's just amazing how that all worked out perfect for him, wasn't it? He needs to go back to his house now and get all the other idols out, but we'll do that next week.
Yeah,
not today. We've been here too long today, so next week when we do it again, he's going to bring all his idols with him, and we'll do another little bit of a show for you.
I'm like, but the thing with pastors is there should be no. From what I remember, there was no time. There was no time to not be saved. They would do it right on the spot.
Well, you would think so, but he was clearly saying that they'd spent too long there that day because of the time restraints. They want that guy to go back to his house and get the other idols that he's got in his house and bring them back at a later date, not that day. So it was clearly all staged.
What are the chances that between now and next week they will go and carve some funny looking things out of wood and bring it to church and say those are the demons, that's them right there, Those are the idols. Those are the, they would bring things that look like, what am I trying? Statues. Those statues they make out of wood. They'll bring those and make people believe, oh, here are the idols. And pastor has laid his hand on the idols, and now it's just, I mean, these are the Jesus people, unfortunately. These are the Jesus
I
people.
I call it the Jesus cult, because that's exactly what it is.
It is, yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, all religions are cults. Every
Sure
religion
are.
is a cult.
That was quite a new concept for me to only recently that it dawned on me that all religions are actually a cult.
They are.
Yeah.
No, hang on. When I was a Christian, we would be told that other the Jehovah's Witness, they are a cult.
Yes.
So I was a Christian, going to church,
Hell, we would be told to hide from the Jehovah's Witnesses when they would come to your door.
The Jehovah's Witnesses, they are a cult. Such and such people, these are a cult. But we're not a cult. No. We are not a cult. We are the good ones. We are the Jesus people.
It's narcissistic, isn't it?
Yeah, which goes back to what I was saying before, when Christians tend to be the largest group, but they're not. They're all little groups. It's not the largest group at all, because they all think that other religions and other beliefs believe that they're cults. They've all got it wrong. We've got it right. And the people that have got it right, they're just a small community church, or a small group of the Christian branch. So there's not actually that many of them, and they're the ones that have all got it right. Everybody else has got it wrong. I mean, that guy that we've just watched is clearly in it for the money. You've just said yourself that he's got himself a private jet. It's clearly what we've just watched was all staged.
Let me see if I can find a picture.
I'm like, I wonder where Mr. Mike Douglas has been.
Oh yes, it's been a while. I haven't seen him.
I haven't either. I hope he's good.
Just 1 second. I'm trying to find him with his private jets. This particular man who we just watched. Yes, I think I have found pictures, images. Let's see, images of him. Oh goodness. Oh Lord. Sorry guys. Let's see him in his private jets. That's him. Okay. I'm going to share the picture now. Okay, so visit. So this is him posing with his private jet. So let's see. Share screen. Where are we? Let me share my screen so you guys can see him and his private jet. Share screen. Chrome tab. Okay, share. Okay, so that's him. So the Warri-based clergyman, Prophet Jeremiah Fofenin, poses with his newly acquired private jet. That's him. That's him right there. That's him.
Oh wow. I'm like, I wonder where he got that money from.
Yeah. Yep, that's him. That's him right there.
There's something really wrong with religion.
It says here, the private jet among religious leaders' bug is fast spreading. While some religious leaders are now in the business of exhibiting their exotic cars, some others are upping the ante by displaying their acquired private jets. I mean, what does he need a private jet for? To go and look at him coming down from his. This is the message. I'm asking myself, is this the message he needs to go and preach to people, that he needs this private jet for? What exactly? And they tell you that everything you need is in the Bible. If everything you need is in the Bible, why do you need a pastor traveling from? Oh goodness! Can you mute the microphone, please? It was a bit of a loud sound. What does this particular man, what does he need to go and preach to people if everything you need is inside the Bible? Why do we need this man going from pillar to post? Let's go back.
I don't know if you can hear it. It's just started raining here, so I can
hear it. Okay. Oh wow. No, it's not raining where I am. The weather's nice. The weather is nice here. So yeah, the Jesus people and Jesus prophets need their private jets. They need their private jets.
I'm gonna have to mute myself because I don't know if you can hear it, but it's making a right racket.
It's okay. Yeah. So why a prophet or a pastor will need a private jet? That's something I don't understand. I honestly don't. And Michaela said something important, and that is, where did they get the money for the private jets? The money has obviously come from the people.
From the people. And that is exactly why I say that religions are also not only cults, but religions are not only manipulating the people and brainwashing the people, but using the money from the people for their own selfish needs. Call it out.
Exactly. See, it is unfortunate. It is, but there you go. That's our video done.
And these are people, and the funny thing is the money doesn't get taxed because it's a church.
They don't pay any tax, no.
Churches don't pay taxes. So it's an abundance of money coming in.
Yeah, and what he'll do is, like with the jet, he won't pay tax on that either, because what he'll do is he'll have it as part of the church. It's an asset of the church. It's what he uses to fly to go and preach, so he won't pay tax on it.
But the trouble with
that is ridiculous.
The trouble with owning a private jet, it's not enough to just own it. It's about maintenance. I've heard that parking a private jet, just to park alone, is tons of money. So if you don't have what you call it now, the place where you park, if you don't have your own private
airfield, yeah,
your own private place where you park, and you have to loan a different parking spot, that you pay.
Yeah, it's what you call hangarage charge. Yeah, it's called the hangarage charge. You'll pay an airfield a certain amount of money to be able to put your airplane in their hangar. If you've got it outside, you'll pay like a parking charge. Yeah, and it can run into the thousands of pounds a year for doing things like that. I mean, just look at the size of that jet. That looks like it'll have 2 jet engines on it. You imagine how much that costs just to run that thing for an hour. Never mind, the rest of the bills that you're going to be paying. The amount of fuel that you're putting in that aircraft, the average person couldn't even afford to put the fuel in it. Never mind flying about in it.
But then the thing is, I think he probably doesn't own it. I think that was just pictures taken to, I don't know, just to pretend. I don't know, but I don't.
You think that might be a stunt as well?
Yes, that's what I think. That's what I think. And these pictures were taken before COVID. So can you imagine, during COVID, all private jets were all halted. Nobody could travel. Nobody could fly. I think after COVID and the lockdown, if people still believe that these men have God in them, or they're some kind of powerful miracle working God, I think there's something wrong with you. Because how come when the time for pastors to come, and why didn't they go to hospitals to go and preach, and not preach? What am I saying? Go to the hospitals and go and heal people from COVID. Why didn't they do that?
Because it's full of shit. There's nothing healing about religion. Science and medicine heals, religion brainwashes. End of story.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely, yeah. That was good.
Yes. Science heals and religion brainwashes. That's just.
We need a T-shirt with that on. I think we need to get a T-shirt with that on.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, but then someone asked the question, how can we get this message out? I mean, it's by doing things like this and getting you all in on the conversation. There's people in my family that think there's something wrong with me for being an atheist.
There's something wrong with you.
Yes.
That's the funny. I'm like, and they think there's something wrong with me too, and that's the crazy part. They think we're the crazy ones. That's actually the funny part. But if I guarantee, if we were to videotape the church services, honey, girl, who crazy?
So, Paul, were you ever a believer?
No, never had a religious. No, never.
Really? Wow.
No, always. I mean, my parents. I've told this story many times. There might be a few people in the chat that have heard it. My parents were never really religious. They would class themselves as a Christian. You know, when I was growing up, we would, you know, it was like a label that came with it. You know, you're British, you're English, you're Christian. You know, it's a Christian country, so they class themselves as Christian. Yeah. So my parents classed themselves as Christian. They never went to church unless it was a funeral, a wedding, or a christening or something like that. So none of us ever went on a weekly basis. We just didn't go to church, like I say, unless it was weddings, christenings, or funerals. Religion and God was never spoken about, either negatively or positively. It just wasn't a subject that ever came up. At a very young age, I mean, obviously going through school, we did have religious education in like assembly on a morning, and even at a really, really young age, I used to think this is ridiculous. And no, I mean, even the kids that was going to assembly with me and listening to these things, I think it lasted about half an hour in the morning. There might be like 5 or 10 minutes of speaking about a certain passage out of the Bible or something. You might sing a couple of hymns, and then the rest of the assembly was just about what was going on throughout the day. You know, what was going to happen at the end of the week, that sort of thing. And I just seriously never took any of it seriously. So I've never been religious and then become an atheist. I've technically always been an atheist. I've always seen it for what it was, and I just didn't believe it. My grandmother, she was the only person that was really religious in my life. She used to go to church, I would say, almost on a weekly basis, but she didn't really preach it to us. She didn't really tell us, the stories or tell us that it was true. There was only one time, and I suppose this probably was what did it. One time I'd have been about 5 or 6 years old. I'd done something wrong. I can't remember what it was. I was a 5-6-year-old kid. It can't have been anything too important. And I think my grandmother must have been looking after me this particular day, because my parents weren't there. I've been outside playing. I'd come back in the back garden. I'd come back in, and I say I'd done something wrong. My gran told me off, and she basically told me that if you steal or lie or naughty, basically you go to hell. And
no.
I had an idea of what the hell thing was, but not and I knew the sort of like the basic concept of religions. So as a 5 or 6 year old child, she'd basically told me that if you're naughty or you lie or steal, you're going to go to hell. And that absolutely frightened the life out of me. I was convinced that as a 5-6 year old that I'd screwed my life up. I was going to hell. And it clearly affected me at the time, because I found it trouble to sleep. When I'd go to bed on a night, that's what I was thinking about. I was just thinking about what she told me. And of course, as a young child, when you got to bed, it was giving me nightmares. And it terrified the life out of me. And after a couple of days, my parents must have realised that something was wrong. And I don't remember exactly how the conversation went, because I was that young. And it was that, it's now on 50 years ago now since this happened. But I do remember my dad basically pulling me to a side and saying, "Paul, is there anything wrong? Having a conversation with me and trying to find out if there was anything that was bothering me. Was there something wrong? You seem a little bit different. And he eventually coaxed it out of me, and I just said, "Well, I said, my grandma scared me the other day," and he says, "Oh, why? What? She would have done it on purpose. In what way did she scare you?" And basically, I told him, my grandmother told me I was going to go to hell. And his reaction was that towards me was like, "Oh, Paul, don't take any notice of what your grandmother tells you. She used to tell me that when I was your age as well. She shouldn't be telling that sort of thing. Don't worry about it. You're not going to go to hell. This sort of, And basically, he consoled me and made me feel better over it. But from that point onwards, I suffered from night terrors right into my teens on almost a nightly basis, and it was always something to do with the hell type thing and suffering and tortures and monsters and and basically the image of hell, and that's what my grandmother had done to me. My father went down to my grandmother's. I found out a few years later that my dad went down and basically said to his mother, "You do not ever say anything like that to my son or my children at all. To my children, you do not preach your bullcrap to my kids." Basically, and had a bit of a fallout with her. So from that day forward, she never mentioned it again. And me as a young kid, it never came up. So no, I never did have a religious belief, but I was scared by religion, by what my grandma told me. And talking to my father as I was getting older, talking about religious beliefs, my dad would just say, "Look, it's up to you what you believe." And I'd say, "Well, what do you believe then? Do you believe in a God?" And he'd go, "Well, I don't really know." He'd say, "I think there might be something, but I don't know what it is." And I'd say, "Well, would you class yourself as a Christian?" And he'd go, "Well, yeah, I mean, I am a Christian, but whether I believe all the stories." So he was like he would have classed himself as an agnostic, but deep down he didn't really believe. And my mother was exactly the same. So, like I say, religion never ever played a part in my life. But I always found religion when I got older interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I found listening to people's beliefs interesting. I found even now going on to YouTube and things like that, I enjoy listening to like conspiracy theories. Not that I follow any conspiracy theories. It's so that I can try and get myself into that mindset to see why people believe these certain things. So to me, religion, flat earth and all that sort of thing, they're all under the same umbrella. It's a completely different belief to what I have. I find it a very strange belief, and I find it interesting listening to people that hold these beliefs. So that's why I find religion interesting. Plus, also religion, it has an effect on everybody, regardless of whether you believe in it or not. So people will say, "Well, if you're not religious, why are you so interested in religion? Why do you speak out about religion so much?" And my answer to that is, if religion didn't affect me and other people that don't want anything to do with it, then that would be a fair comment. But it doesn't. We're all supposed to accept what these religious beliefs are. We're supposed to respect religions. Now, I believe you should respect people that hold the religious beliefs, but I don't think you should respect the actual belief itself. And like I say, these beliefs, they all affect all of us.
Sorry, I'm trying to sort my screen out, just messing me about. Yeah, but then me and you share some things, similar things, but in my case, I was brought up in a religion. And ours was very extreme in the sense that we had rules and regulations and things you were supposed to do and not do. Women were not allowed to wear earrings, could not wear no jewelry. They could not wear, just the way I am dressed now. I'm bound for hell if I still went to that church the way I'm dressed, because I've got the nail varnish, I've got earrings, I've got the braided hair. This is I'm going straight to hell, and we were shown videos as little children of an actual hell. We will watch people burning. We will watch the big white angels and the big black demon taking people into hell and punishing them. You hear about the weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth. All these things as a youngster. You are taught these things in the church. And when they're done showing you the movies, then they do what they call an altar call. They call you out if you want to give your life to Christ, if you want Jesus to save you so you don't go to what you've just watched. So imagine being a youngster watching this thing. You're scared to death that you will burn.
I mean, just the story that I told you. Obviously, I didn't go for anything like you did. I mean, that what you just described is it's child abuse. Is that is absolute child abuse to put a child through that? Like I said, the story that I told you with my grandmother, that was frightening enough for me as it was, without no actual images apart from my own imagination. So I had no. It wasn't like she was showing me images of it and all this lot. But what you did was basically watching, a horror film as a child, basically. And then there's people telling you that this is true, this is what's going to happen to you. Do you want to give your life to Jesus? And that is absolutely nothing more than child abuse. That is horrendous, what you've just told me.
It is. And, let me tell you that only recently did it dawn on me that what I was put through as a child was child abuse. But the people who did this thing, they think it's right. They think we should, we were told to destroy the televisions. You were told to get rid of. You were not supposed to read newspapers. You were not supposed to access anything that will anything that will make you see different from what the pastor or the preachers are teaching. You only had to feed on the Bible morning, noon, and night. I mean, how is this feasible? How is this? I would go nights. I had terrible insomnia as a young, in my teens. I had insomnia because my mind, when I go to sleep, I'm thinking, what if I sleep and don't wake up? So do I think I'll make it to heaven or to hell? Oh no, Esther, you're not so good enough for heaven. So maybe, you might go to hell. And that's it. Those thoughts were enough to stop me from going to sleep at night. So many a nights, no sleep, because I'm frightened to go to sleep and not wake up. I had a friend that died, when I was really young, and just his death made me think, because at his funeral, they had a little sermon. And at the sermon, they were saying, this our brother who was God loving, and he loved God. He was a Jesus follower. He's dead now, gone to be in the bosom of the Lord. Where are you going to be when you die? What if you sleep and don't wake up? Where do you think you're going to go? The fright, they would put these things inside of you. Right? Yeah. So imagine growing up in such an environment. Imagine growing up in such a, and my family, they're still religious. Only last weekend, my brother-in-law was telling me, I know you're no longer religious, but my God is working for me. It works for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't argue against people that come up with statements like that. I mean, what can you say to them? I suppose the best thing to do is just say, well, I'm happy that it's working for you, but it didn't work for me.
It didn't work. And I feel like starting my channel, it's just being able to bring out and highlight. And most importantly for me, this is why I like to have you people join me on the conversation, is I need people to understand that there are people who think just like myself. There are people who see that religion is all just bullshit, nothing more or less, whichever religion.
And that's exactly what it is, all foolishness.
It is. Yes. And Paul, let me tell you that when I became an atheist, I felt like I'd lost my identity. I felt like it was not an easy experience. It was a painful experience. I was angry. I was very angry with the fact that I allowed myself to believe all the crap that I was told as a Christian. I never allowed myself once to
same thing, and allowed them to tell me that I was an abomination, and I believed that.
I started asking myself, how did I believe these stories in the Bible? How did these make sense to me before? How am I, just it was crazy to me, because it looks like when I became an atheist, the wool was taken off me. I could see, I'm looking at the Bible stories, this is bullshit.
Yeah, so I mean, that one between me and you, then obviously that bit is completely. But we're on opposite sides, because
you wouldn't have had that.
I've never had that, but I can understand what you're saying, but I'll never be able to understand that feeling. And like you say, you look at the Bible now, and you read the stories in the Bible, and you just think, this is absolutely ridiculous. But to me, that was how they always looked. All the Bible stories to me. I remember, again, going back to my grandmother's, on a Sunday, they used to have the Sunday film on it. This is going back to the 1970s. And a lot of times in the 1970s, on a Sunday afternoon, it would be some sort of religious film. It'd be like, Jesus or the Ten Commandments or something along them lines. And I used to remember watching these films on a Sunday afternoon, and I'd say, is this real? And my grandmother would go, yeah, this one's real. So I'd be watching it, I'd be thinking, this isn't real. This is just silly. But I wouldn't say anything. But in my own mind, I was thinking, this isn't real. Like when he's walking on water and stuff like that. I thought,
gosh.
That's not real. And then the following week, there'd be another film on it. It'd be something like Jason and the Argonauts. So I'd say, is this one real? And they'd go, no, this wasn't real. This one's made up. And I just remember watching it. I think, well, Jason and the Argonauts actually looks more convincing than the Jesus one I watched the week before. But this one's made up, but the Jesus one's real. Yeah. So no, it never ever convinced me.
I've met people who were never religious at all. Adults who never had a religion, nothing. And I'm just amazed that there were people that, because in my mind, in my head, I thought everyone was born into some kind of belief system.
Yeah.
So
the majority of people at my school were all exactly the same. They didn't believe it either. That just about everyone I speak to outside, they don't hold a religious belief either.
Let me ask
you, do not hold a religious belief.
Let me ask you a question, Paul. This is a question I've been asked. How are you a good person without religion? How are you a good person without God?
Because I'm selfish, right?
Well, how about you're not a good person with it? Let's be very clear. Look at the majority of Christians.
Okay.
Well, my answer to it is, it doesn't take somebody of a lot of brains to realize that if I treat you with kindness, that you're going to treat me with kindness. If I go about basically being, a thug, people are going to reject me, and my life is going to be pretty miserable. Mm-hmm. So I find the best way to treat people is how you like to be treated. And if you treat people with respect, they generally treat you with respect as well. It just makes it for a happier place to live. So I could go about and think, I don't want to go to work. I want to go out and I'm going to go steal that thing. Then I'm going to get caught. Then I'm going to go to court. Then I'll probably end up in jail and my life will be miserable. Or I can make a choice and think, well, I'll go out, get a job, I'll save up and I'll buy that nice thing that I want to buy and improve my life. And to me, you only get one chance at life. Once you've gone, you've gone. So to the best of your ability, try and make the best of life as you can. Try and improve your life. And by improving your life, you improve other people's lives around you. And that's it, basically. That's the simplest way I can explain it.
As an atheist, because I can see your name says, that bloody atheist.
Right,
so
yeah.
Some people have said atheists, what they do is they go and worship the devil. So, Paul, have you worshipped the devil today?
No. Yeah, I've heard the same sort of thing. Yeah, the thing that you don't believe in a god, but you believe in a devil. I mean,
that's kind of contradicts itself. We don't believe in either.
I mean, if I believed in the devil, if I believed that the devil or Satan actually existed, then surely I would also believe that the God existed. You know,
exactly.
It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, the story behind my name, That Bloody Atheist. I cannot remember what channel it was on. It was a few months ago, and there was somebody doing a live stream, and I was in the live chat, and I put something in the chat, and then somebody made a comment to me, so I answered that, and it was a bit of an argument going on in the chat, and somebody else put in the chat, who's that Paul Camish, or who's this Paul, or whatever, in the chat, and somebody says, oh, is that bloody atheist? And I thought, I like that. Paul Camish, that bloody atheist. So I started using it, and like I said, I cannot remember what channel it was, but somebody just happened to say, oh, yeah, it's Paul Camish, that bloody atheist. And I should have actually, it's a shame actually that I didn't think about it at the time and maybe recorded the clip where the person in the live thing actually said, who's this Paul? And the person saying he's that bloody atheist. I could have got it as a chip and a clip on a stream, but I cannot remember who it was, where it was. But yeah, that's why I always put on that bloody atheist. Because I just liked it when I was called it. Yeah, when I was called it, I thought, I like that. It's catchy. That bloody atheist.
Oh, hello. Wild Heart, Amiga Nuts, everyone in the chat. Hello.
Oh, really?
So
I've not been looking at the chat, so I can't see who was actually there.
You know, religion, in my opinion, you know, there was someone came in my chat and they said, annihilate all religions, just annihilate all of them, just get rid of them. I want to.
I'm on that time.
I know you are, Michaela. I know Michaela has no time for religion. Religion is a no. You know.
Yeah.
No time at all. I am over it. I spent how many years hating myself because of religion? I think it is absolutely horrible.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we couldn't. I mean, even if I had the power to do it, I wouldn't do it. For the simple reason is people have to get out of religion exactly the same way as you two have done. Yes. You cannot force people out of religion, and you can't. You just can't.
But you damn sure can make it harder for them to practice it.
Well, but then aren't they going to use that as a way of saying, look, we are being persecuted, so that bolsters it.
Oh, please. Then we can bring up the real history of religion and how it's persecuting groups of people from the beginnings of times. Do they want that history? The genocide, the Salem witch trials, slavery. Yeah. I'm like, I can actually go on.
Yes.
I totally agree with all you're saying, but like I say, I just think you cannot force people out of a belief. You can't. You've got to educate. You've got to educate people. You've got to make them think for themselves and come to the conclusion that the religion is wrong themselves. You cannot tell somebody that their religion is wrong. They've got to come to that conclusion themselves. And the only way you can do that is by talking to people, letting people of religion see us atheists, that we aren't the monsters that we're sometimes portrayed to be. We're not monsters, we're nice people. It's the only way to do it.
It is.
But I believe that religion should definitely not be taught to children.
No,
yeah, I agree with that. I don't. No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, religion shouldn't be taught in school. Yes. I totally agree with that. However, I suppose
because let's be clear. I remember when I was in school, like 2013, when I was like a sophomore in high school, they were talking about trying to bring religion into the schools. And I was like, but there's a separation of church and state, though. And if they have to bring in Christianity, then they would have to bring every single religion and allow that to be in the school as well, because that is called equality.
Yeah, totally. I think if you must teach religion, you must also teach critical thinking skills.
Hello.
You must also teach people how to differentiate between fact and fiction.
I'm like, but they would not allow that. Why? Because they know religion deep down is fiction, and they want children to believe that blindly.
I mean, I was talking about
it can't function otherwise.
I was talking about the story of the Noah's Ark. on my Instagram. I just, put something out there about Noah's Ark, and this Christian lady comes on my comments and she said, "Oh, but we were taught that the story of Noah was not a real story."
That is not true.
No, hang on. Let's assume that she was being truthful. So she was taught that the story of Noah in her church was taught that the story of Noah wasn't true. So the next question I asked her is, okay, so can you tell me what is real and what isn't real in the Bible? So what other things in the Bible are real or not real? What other things can we look at in the Bible and say this is fact and this is fiction? I'm still waiting. It's been months now. I'm still waiting
because they cannot differentiate the two because they are anonymous, right? I'm like, believing in religion is believing that fiction is in fact fact. That is the point. Believing that that human beings can be resurrected from the dead. Believing in talking snakes and burning bush that could talk. Believing that men can walk on water. Believing that women, ironically, came out of a man's rib. And man came from dirt and created the human species. They cannot. It practically functions on fiction. So to believe in critical thinking skills and science and on all of those things, quite frankly, contradicts religion in its basic form.
Someone asked me a question. So now that you don't go to church anymore, I think it was was it Et that asked me that question? Or someone asked me, I can't remember who it was. Now that you don't go to church anymore, what do you do with your time? And I said, well, look at me. It's a Sunday. I haven't been to church and I'm here. I'm having conversations with you people. And then when I'm done with this now, I'm going to I might do some gardening. I'm not sure about that.
And you have your babies.
Exactly. I'm going to cook dinner and then spend the rest of my day with them. And
all I know is I've met some amazing people from the UK through the internet. So if I ever come to the UK, I'm definitely gonna have to. We're definitely gonna all have to go out to eat.
And the beauty about this whole thing is this: religion stops with me. My children are not going to have the same experiences that I had. My 18-year-old son is an atheist, was an atheist, has always been an atheist. When we used to take him to church, the same like yourself, Paul Kamish, the Bible stories made no sense to him. He said to me, Mom, I hope you understand now how I felt when you lot would take me to church. And he would sit there and just think, how do these adults believe these stories in the Bible? How do these people believe these stories? And he says he will watch us nodding our heads, in church, like agreeing with the pastor, and he will watch us, anything.
He must have thought the adults were fools, okay? The adults are fools too, child, okay? Children be making sense sometimes.
Yeah.
But the Bible tells you to be as little children. But children will ask questions. Children would ask you, why does Adam and Eve? There was in the beginning there was Adam and Eve. They had Cain and Abel. Cain
from the
killed
apple.
Abel, and Cain was sent away. And Cain somehow found himself a wife. Where were these people? The
Girl,
just make no sense.
None at all. And it's crazy because I truly used to believe in them, right? In fact, my grandmother used to read me the story of Moses as a bedtime story. And it was and it was one of my favorite stories in the Bible. It actually kind of still is, right? Because I'm like, of course, in my little mind, I'm like it was like a little adventure.
Someone says, look out for number one. How are you? Says Eve was a clone of Adam. The woman came out of Adam's side. Would make that woman technically a clone of the man.
Yeah, it would do. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to, we've had a lovely conversation. We're coming up to 2 hours, and so that we can have you atheists can go ahead and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Do the things you usually do on a Sunday without Jesus, without God, without Allah, or whatever name they call their.
I think Muslims go to church on Friday. They go to temple, I should say, Friday, not Sunday.
Mosque. It's mosque.
They mosque. I don't know what it's called, but it's not a church.
Yeah, it's a mosque.
They're all from Abrahamic religions. You see, Christianity, Islam, all of them.
Judaism.
All the Abrahamic religions. So if you don't believe, good, and go about your day and flourish and be happy.
Exactly. Jerome, hello. The most horrific thing is religion will have people commit genocide in the name of their deity.
And have.
And that is the unfortunate thing about religion. Religion will make
people... And it has. Look at the history. It already has.
It has. No, the Abrahamic religions believe the story of Abraham. Abraham was told to go and kill his son. And he took his son, took the wood, took everything he needed to go and kill his son. And somehow that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
and that's why I say all the time, if Christians actually followed the Bible verbatim, they would be in prison.
Sorry, Paul, you were saying.
I said, but God stopped it, didn't he, and supplied a goat, which is where the scapegoat comes from.
Oh goodness! Oh yeah! That's where scapegoats comes from, because God supplied
a goat instead. Yeah.
God needed an animal. You see, the God of the Bible needs somebody's blood, something's blood.
It needs blood.
An animal's blood, or his own son's blood, somebody's blood. Some creature has to die in order to make the God.
But they don't think the religion is a cult. Even though on the communion they eat the body and drink the blood of Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
let's go there.
Yeah, it's a blood cult.
It is a blood cult. So anyway, just to round up, Paul, do you want to share with us just your last few words? I always ask this question. Imagine, so we watched the video of the people in the church. The average Christian believes in all this nonsense. If you had the chance to sit with any of these people on a one-to-one, what would you say to them? These are the people that would take their last pennies, their last cents, and go and give to church and give to God, because they think that God mysteriously somehow he's going to hear their prayers because of the money that they're giving to God. So,
well, I probably won't have enough time to do it just within a 10-minute conversation, but I would try to teach somebody critical thinking, just take a step back from what their beliefs are and look at it from the outside, what it actually looks like from the outside looking in. And just basically critical thinking about what you believe in, and think why you believe something. It's all right to believe something, but you should question why you believe it, and that reason why you believe it, is it sufficient to hold that belief? And if somebody else
and is there evidence to hold that belief?
Yes. And if somebody else from a different religion held a similar belief, so you believe, for argument's sake, that Jesus is the Son of God, but yet you look at the Muslim religion with Muhammad, who is the prophet, another prophet of God. But you see how that one doesn't fit. They're both the same. It's just a claim. So yeah, critical thinking. Long story short, critical thinking.
And Paul, you've got your own YouTube channel. I would put the links to your channel in the
and
description.
I need to create a YouTube channel. Apparently, Miss Esther keeps telling me to do it.
You need to because the whole idea of me coming and setting up my YouTube channel is, I have to be a representation for people like myself, or people in the same age range, or just some people want to see people like themselves. They want to see a representation of themselves. They don't want to see just some set of people on YouTube just speaking only this thing. They want to see somebody that, oh, okay, if she can say these things, then I can think as well. I can, how did she come away from religion?
Oh, I'm like, did you watch on the Bar's channel? We did the young atheist panel.
I was there. Yes, young people. It was delightful to see young atheists. It was a breath of fresh air to see young black atheists.
Black atheists.
I was in heaven. I was in heaven.
I'm like, and we're bringing more out. Do you know that there are people as young as 16 watching Bar right now?
There was a
16-year-old on the panel
who had better arguments than I would ever dream of. I was thinking, 16-year-old is thinking about the ridiculous claims of the whole Jesus Christ and God, and it was beautiful to watch. I tell you, it was beautiful. So
I'm like people from teenage to our early to mid 20s. We were in there.
Thank you, Wildheart 666, for putting Paul's links in the channel. I appreciate that, and Paul.
Thanks very much.
So, Paul, what have you got planned? You've got how many more days free? Are you going to do something on your YouTube channel so we can?
I will do actually. Yeah, I need to pull my finger out. I sort of do it just sporadically. I don't have.
Yes.
Something comes to mind, and I'll just do it. There is one thing that I wanted to get back on there, which was. I had a chat with a guy called Iger Television. He is a conspiracy theorist. He believes every conspiracy there is. He believes in the flat Earth. He believes that the moon landings didn't happen. You name it, he believes it. And basically, he believes the magnet sticking to your arm with the injection. Well, what I did is I knew we'd mention it. So what I did is I had it all set up so that I would get it to stick and shock him, and it worked a treat. But unfortunately,
I saw that. Yeah. I was in the chat when you did that. I was there.
Yes. Yeah, and what I did is I took that video clip and I just posted that video clip. Well, YouTube pulled it because of the title that I gave it. The title that I gave it was "Skeptic Gets Magnet to Stick to His Arm After COVID Jab." I pulled it.
Right.
What I'd done without the video, the title got it pulled. So I need to get another title and get it back up there because obviously I've still got the recording. So I just need to put it under another title because it wasn't pulled because of the content. It was pulled because of the title.
Right. Okay. I think you.
So I want to get that.
Just tweak it a bit and then put it back on. Why not?
Miss Esther, first of all, I'm like, every time you do these lives, I just be living because it's amazing to see such a wise woman coming onto YouTube and just speaking from an intelligent and factual place, right? Because a lot of our elders in the community truly believe in religion and Jesus. So to see someone who doesn't is always been a breath of air to me.
Michaela, I'm not the only one who thinks like that. Even when I was a Christian, a lot of things didn't make sense to me in the religion, but I still carried on believing. I still carried on going. Many of the stories in the Bible, the average Christian, it doesn't make sense to them. but they just need to believe, because otherwise they're going to miss heaven. They're going to miss this place called heaven, or they're going to go to hell. The
Well, honey,
fear.
apparently to that religion, I never had a chance to go to heaven anyway, so that helped to push me faster.
Listen, anywhere Paul Kamish is going to be, anywhere Michaela's, listen, sign me up. I'm coming there. If going to heaven is, your lot, both of you are not going to be there. So, nah, no, thank you. I want nothing to
I'm
do
like,
with that.
and first of all, I'm like, them telling us that going to heaven and spending eternity with it, that's not the selling point that they think it is. First of all,
but then you must consider that heaven, this is what I was told heaven is all about. Heaven is a place where God is worshipped morning, noon, and night. If you win a soul to Christ, you get a crown or mansion, depending on whatever depending on what denomination you go to.
I was told a mansion and a crown.
So you get a crown or a mansion. So if you win 10 souls, 10 crowns, maybe they will stack it on top of one another. I don't know. Or, so you can imagine going to heaven, so morning, noon, and night, hail, hail, hail thee, God, hail thee, hail thee, hail thee. So that's the place. And then the streets are made of gold. So when you walk on the streets of heaven, it is made of gold. Just no. The idea.
Ridiculous. The whole concept
I'm like, and you know what kills me, right? Like the story of the devil, right? And how he was once an angel. I'm like, what occurred to me recently was he was the only one in the Bible that ever stood up to God, right? And they banished him and made him the ruler of all evil.
When you look at the stories in the Bible, in many of the stories, the devil, the person they call the devil is actually the good guy in many of the stories.
Right.
Adam and Eve, he told them, you eat of this fruit, you're going to have knowledge. Your eyes will be open. Did he lie?
He didn't.
He told no lie. He was so many of the stories. The story of Job, the devil was minding his business, going to and fro the earth, doing what he usually does. When God just, God in his
but he's vilified in the Bible. When I really think about it, the devil is actually the good guy in the Bible. If we're gonna be real.
Look out for number one is in the UK. I didn't know you were in the UK as well. So yeah, look out for number one, says Paul. I will check your channel later. I'm in the UK too. So that's fantastic.
You got a lot of UK listeners. I'm from America. I know that Bar watches your channel as well.
Yes,
so
I watch his channel.
I'm like, and I always be on the channel, honey. He needs.
Yes.
I'm gonna go on his Discord and say when we gonna do another video.
Look out for number one. You're in the Midlands. I'm in the West Midlands myself. Wow, that's
right. I'm in Yorkshire. I'm a Yorkshireman.
You're Yorkshire. Oh, he's from Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I'm like, it sounds so fancy. A place where you go to drink tea and crumpets.
Yes.
Oh goodness, guys!
I'm like, I want to go to, I want to go to England just for a little bit, just so I can be on my rich white woman fantasy.
Oh, okay. Come and have some.
I really want to try fish. I want to try fish and trip. I want to try fish and chips so bad.
Okay. Americans call them fries.
Yeah. Yes. Well, honey. I'm like, burgers and fries are always the best. I might make some later.
Oh, nice. Okay,
I'm like,
guys.
and not to mind you, I just took my hormone shot, so I'm craving everything.
Okay. Oh, bless you. Listen, we're gonna bring this to a close now, but thank you all for joining in the conversation, and it's time that people wake up. There's nothing like demons. There are no demons. There are no
gods. I'm like, they're just good people and bad people.
And it's time that people, like Paul was saying, critical thinking, asking yourself why I believe what I believe. And when you start asking those questions, don't stop. Just go follow the questions. Just follow. And that's exactly how I got here. I started asking questions, and and let's just
and
say
research, right? I researched and I really thought critically about my beliefs. And quite frankly, when I was a Christian, my ex-boyfriend was actually an atheist.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was in fact an atheist.
Interesting.
When I started to come, he found this so funny. He found, because I was the type, I would go to church every Sunday. I was in my Bible and praying every time I woke. I'm like every time before I'm like, and when I started to wake up, he found this so funny.
I know.
Because he saw my evolution.
That's you can imagine. That's something that I would love to see. Someone is asking questions, start to ask questions, get to the point where, okay, this doesn't make sense, and then make their way out, and coming out and saying, I am an atheist, and
I'm like, so he found it funny
think.
that he found it funny when I went from believing in Jesus to saying that a religion needs to be abolished. He was like, oh, he's like, well, that was quite the turnaround in less than 2 years.
Oh wow! Listen, that's interesting. So thank you all. Noxum Velpen here. Hello says, I'm interested in seeing how more people will identify as non-religious or atheists as the years go by. That should
and
be
I
very
believe it's going to be a
interesting to see.
lot because specifically in the millennial and Gen Z generation, which is my generation, depending on when you look at, I'm between the two, right?
Listen,
do you see a lot of people coming out of religion, a lot statistically, and I am happy to say that those include Black non-believers as well. I'm very proud of that.
Exactly. And like Michaela was saying, especially Black people, this is the religion of the people who came and took slaves. They brought you this religion, gave it to you, and now in a time when you can choose and decide that you can decide
It gets
not to
very
believe in the
Stockholm
religion,
syndrome.
and now you choose to hold on to the religion of the slave master. It's time that you wake up and smell the coffee and realize religion is a lie. It's all a bold-faced lie. Nobody has seen a God. Nobody knows what God looks like. Nobody has been to the other side of the world, or no, to the end of the world, and died and can tell you what hell is going to look like or not. Nobody knows these things. So anybody who's teaching
what?
God, and they're just lying. It's just a bunch of lies.
Lying. Straight up lying. It
is
is a lie. And you know what? It gives very Stockholm syndrome. When it comes to Black folks in religion, it gets very Stockholm syndrome, right? It's the idea that this is the religion of my oppressors and was forced upon me, but I'm gonna believe it, even though I know it's the religion of my oppressors, and it doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. So, anyways,
I'm
thank
like,
you
and the
very much.
idea that, and you know what kills me more? African spirituality is seen as demonic. And I'm like, I was just like, but that's your actual ancestral spirituality, though.
Yes. Well, I don't do spirituality. I don't do.
I'm like, and I don't either, but it will
anything.
at least make sense.
Well, it makes more sense than. But for me, I don't do religion. I don't do anything spiritual. Anything. They don't exist.
Neither do it's same to me as well.
As far as they don't exist, as far as I can't see them. I can't. This just No, thank you. I
Yes,
want
and
nothing to do
it's
with
the
it.
same for me. But like I said, it would at least make a little bit more sense if it were African spirituality than it would be Christianity. I could at least see the sense in that.
I don't do look out for number one says, what? You don't do voodoo stuff? No. I don't believe them to be true. I don't look the same way I look at religion is the same way I look at the spirituality.
See
They're
of
they're
it
all
all.
one and the same. I don't do angels, I don't do ghosts, I don't do anything in whatever realm that's not in my in this realm. What I can see, I don't do
Yeah,
that. No, thank you.
you don't do supernatural. You don't do the
That's the
supernatural.
word. I don't do supernatural. If it's
I do love to watch supernatural shows, though.
Oh
I
yeah,
think that's fun.
yeah, that's
like
fun.
what? Like which ones? Like which ones?
I'm
What
like, I used to
supernatural shows?
love the shows like Charmed and Supernatural.
No thanks. Well, there was a time I would watch them, but now not so much. I'm always on the atheist experience or
I'm on it too. I just find it fun to watch.
it is fun to see people with the religious belief come on there. Until today, there's nobody has been able to prove the existence of their God. None.
Nobody. But everyone seems to believe it. They have the truth of some sort. When the real truth is, none of it is real.
It isn't. It isn't. Anyways, guys, let's call it a day so that we atheists can go on and do our what we usually do on a Sunday,
which is me eating and being a fat ass.
And the thing is, I'll be back during the week, maybe tomorrow, next tomorrow, because just like Paul, I can just by September I'll have a set schedule or when I do programs. But for now, I just come on when I've got a bit of time. I think, oh, why not? Or I watch a video and think, oh, I would love to share this with people. So,
and whenever you get a chance, come on the channel with Bar and all of us. We would love to have you on more.
Yes.
I love that you guys were on together. It was like the best duo.
That's good. That's good. So please, guys, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. If we're done, please make sure when we're done, make sure to thumbs up the video. And yes, and I will be back. Just watch this space. Watch out for the African humanist. And Paul, if you look in the private chat, my what do you call it? Sorry, my Twitter details are there. I think I should put all these details in the.
You need to put your social media on your platform.
I'm not the greatest YouTuber out there, but I need to brush up my YouTube skills and.
I'm like, ask your children; they'll get you up to date. Okay.
Oh, gosh. When I started my YouTube channel, my young son says, "Mom, you've only got 2 subscribers," and he laughed. He laughed at me, and so now look at me. I go and tell him, "You never guess how many subscribers are. Your mom's going places, eh?" Your mom's going places.
I can only imagine you being like the best mom ever.
Oh, listen, I'm not perfect. Not
well, no one is, honey. But at least you got common sense and kindness in your heart, and that's what every child needs.
Yes. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next one. So thank you everyone in chat. Thank you. Amiga Nuts, Nuts and Vulpen here. Look out for number 1. Let's see. Wild Heart 66. Oh, Wild Heart 666. What's her name? Religious people wouldn't like that name at all. Jerome Lockhart.
I think that's the point.
Dean Kruger, Ed, Amiga Nuts. I've said Amiga Nuts already, haven't I?
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Who else did we have? Atheist Mo, hey, and Mukibi Robert. Yes. Who else? Cynthia.
He says fries is the skinny version of chips. Really?
Cynthia McDonald and Ed. Who else? Well, we had quite a few people in chat today. So yeah, thank you all and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you, Paul. And I'll see you
Thank
again
you
soon.
forever. Thank you, Miss Esther. I'm enjoy the rest of your day.
And you too. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.